गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः या तैष शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तव तया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्र शिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुर्माहि गुंसीः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहीगश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुश्रुता सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयादिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्रियोज्या याश्च ते हस्तैषवः पराता भगवो वप अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विद्यं धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुं उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतिर्मीढुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् गणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशां च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्रिशीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिने नानां पदये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पदये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पदये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विने क्षेत्राणां पदये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पदये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पदये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पदये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पदये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्नीनां पदये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पदये नमः नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पदये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पदये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पदये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्थायूनां पदये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पदये नमो नमः श्रिकाविभ्यो जिगागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पदये नमो नमो सिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पदये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पदये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्थिष्टद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो व्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो घृत्सेभ्यो घृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सक्षद्भ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुञ्जिष्ठेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च समृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च दीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो जगन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्षाय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय च वभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रवृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णे शवे च युधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वश्याय च वश्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्मयाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय च रुणाय च नमः शङ्खाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः स्तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च भार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आधार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च भेण्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः हिरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय च लप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्ण्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमो पगुरमानाय च भिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वक्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः नापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां मा भेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत या ते रुद्रशिवा तनो शिवा विश्वाः भेषजे शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजे तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः शमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृळानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृते क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्चञ्चयोश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदस्यामतवरुद्रः प्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधे पितरं मोद मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषुरीरिषः वीरान् मानो रुद्रभामितो वधेर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आराते गोघ्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यता च न शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः स्तुहि श्रुतं गर्त सदैयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् नृराजरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य धर्मतिरखायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्यस्तनुष्वमेध्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मेढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निधाय कृत्तिं वचान आचर पिनाकं विभ्रदागहि विकिरीटविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासावेशानो भगवः पराचेनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् येषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठाः सर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासक्कवर्धिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान ये पथां पथिरक्षय ऐलमृदाय व्युतः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रिकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यान्येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषभस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोद्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं युष्मो यश्च नोद्वेष्टितं भोजं वेदधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नव्यो अप्सुय ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वो भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योमर्त्याय हन्तवे तान्यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः येनान्येनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु यस्सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमो भिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीर्महेशाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ नारायण परो योगो नारायण परं तपः नारायण परं ज्ञानम् नारायण परागतिः शतमानं भवति शतायुः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रिय आयुष्येवेन्द्रिये प्रतिष्ठति शतमानं भवति शतमानगुं शतमानं भवति शतायुः शतायुर्भवति शतमानगुं शतमानं भवति शतायुः शतमानमिति शतमानं भवति शतायुः शतायुर्भवति शतायुः पुरुषः पुरुषः शतायुर्भवति शतायुः पुरुषः शतायुः पुरुषः शतायुः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रियः पुरुषः शतायुः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रियः शतायुरिति शतायुः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रियः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रिय आयुष्यायुषि शतेन्द्रियः पुरुषः शतेन्द्रिय आयुषि शतेन्द्रिय आयुष्यायुषि शतेन्द्रिय आयुष्येवैवायुषि शतेन्द्रिय आयुष्येव शतेन्द्रिय इति शता इन्द्रियः आयुष्येवैवायुष्यायुष्येवेन्द्रिय इन्द्रिय एवायुष्यायुष्येवेन्द्रिये एवेन्द्रिय इन्द्रिय एवैवेन्द्रिये प्रतिप्रतीन्द्रिय एवैवेन्द्रिये प्रति इन्द्रिये प्रतिप्रतीन्द्रिय इन्द्रिये प्रतिष्ठति तिष्ठति प्रतीन्द्रिय इन्द्रिये प्रतिष्ठति प्रतिष्ठति तिष्ठति प्रतिष्ठति तिष्ठति तिष्ठति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Shri Sai Ram. Shuddham Hridayam Sada Rakshyam Prananam Nilayam Mahat Satvena Puryate Yatra Tatra Arogyam Chadirgata. The pure heart must always be protected, for it is the great dwelling place of life itself. Where truth and virtue is always full, there dwells health and long life. Offering our reverential salutations to our Hridayavasi Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, esteemed elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. Today, the 29th of September, is globally celebrated as the World Heart Day. This day serves as a powerful reminder of the vital role our hearts play in sustaining our life. Initiated by the World Heart Federation, this day aims to raise awareness about cardiovascular diseases, one of the world's leading causes of death, and promote heart-healthy and heart-friendly lifestyles. It underscores the importance of preventive care, early detection, and healthy habits such as balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and stress management. World Heart Day unites individuals, communities, and governments in a shared commitment towards a healthy heart, empowering people to take control of their well-being towards a vibrant, long, and healthy life. On this grand centenary occasion of Bhagwan's divine advent, Sri Sathya Sai Global Cardiovascular Conference and World Heart Day celebration is being held and hosted at Prasanthi Nilayam. Today also happens to be the 25th anniversary of the World Heart Day, and we are indeed privileged to have amidst us the President of the World Heart Federation, Dr. Jagat Narula. Dr. Jagat Narula is a world-renowned physician, scientist, and a leader in academic medicine. He is the Executive Vice President and Chief Academic Officer at the UT Health, Houston. Dr. Narula has led several cardiology and cardiovascular imaging programs, as well as global health initiatives, conducting translational research that advances clinical care and emphasizes heart disease prevention for patients. He has served as editor-in-chief of several preeminent scientific journals and has numerous academic titles and accolades to his credit. This evening, he'll be speaking to us on the topic, how to eliminate heart disease and live a happy and healthy life. Please welcome Dr. Jagat Narula. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Ganeshji, for such a generous introduction. It is truly an honor for the World Heart Federation to be here and to be able to celebrate our 25th anniversary at the epicenter of Puttaparthi during the 100th year birth anniversary of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, Congratulations to you all, and Jai Shri Ram to you all. For the last 2 days, the activities that are happening here are nothing short of a miracle. And it is essentially the divine planning, preordained destiny here, and the way the things have happened. It is absolutely, absolutely unimaginable. And World Heart Federation is grateful for that. Now, I have been assigned to talk to you about something which I have spoken many times, but I have always spoken with slides. And today, they have put me here in front of 5,000, 10,000 disciples of Shri Sathya Sai and asked me to speak extempore. I don't know whether I would be able to do a justice to a scientific inquiry like this, but I'll try and explain how to eliminate the heart disease in our lifetime. We know that there are about 20 million people that die of cardiovascular diseases every year globally. There are 3 important points about it. 1, most of these deaths are premature. That is, they happen before the age of 70. 2, most of these deaths occur in the low and middle income countries where the health infrastructure is not there and where the lifestyle and behavioral patterns are rapidly changing as they are in the middle and higher income countries. And thirdly, that 80% of these deaths are preventable. So when these deaths are preventable, there is no reason why we should not be able to do it, and why we should not be able to start it from here. So, let me give you an example. And I've often given an example of somebody who had absolutely every possible thing at his disposal. I start with the example of President Clinton. President Clinton took over as the President of the United States in January of 2000. Whenever any president takes over, obviously you have to go for a health check. It will be a pattern anywhere. For any government position that you go for, we always get our health check. So the health check was performed, and he came out with flying colors. He was a person who was very active, used to exercise regularly. His blood pressure is normal, heart rate is normal. He was essentially not lean. His BMI, as you know, the body mass index, is normal up to about 25. After 30, it becomes obesity. Between 25 and 30, you call it overweight. So he was 29, that is, he was overweight. But that was something which was deceptive because he was more muscular than fat. Everything going on well. He was subjected to an exercise test and the nuclear test and everything. And exercise test, he went to the stage 5 of the treadmill test. There are maximum 6 stages. He was in the stage 5 when the doctor stopped him from the test, not because there was any ECG change, not because he was tired, not because he had any chest pain or anything, but probably the doctor was scared that he should not have taken him beyond 90% of heart rate or something like that. That is what you achieve maximum. So, obviously, when a treadmill test or exercise test happens, doctor tells you, you are doing very well, right? Because if the exercise test is normal and you have been running at the 5th stage, you obviously have no problem, right? So, you get a certificate of immortality. Amar ho gaye aap. ठीक है ना? So, with that certificate of immortality, he started his presidency. And then every single year, there is a stress test, there are blood work, everything is done, everything comes out normal. And 1999, there were some days when they looked at him again in the January. And at that time, his LDL cholesterol was 130. And his total cholesterol was about 190. They're normal for those days because we used to think 200 cholesterol is normal, 130 bad cholesterol is also normal. And then 2001, he left his office. Now when he is leaving his office in 2001, at that time his cholesterol level is approximately 235 and his LDL cholesterol is close to 170. We don't know why. He was not on the lipid lowering drugs, probably the statins that we always talk of. And then there is nothing in the public domain. I have taken this all from yahoo.com, so there is no confidentiality breach here. It is all generally available. So after that he was no more the president, and once he is not the president, you have no data available in the public records. So we don't know what happened. But in 2004, within about 3 years' time, again there was big headlines and news that he had a heart attack and he needed to go for an emergency quadruple bypass surgery. That is, he got the 4 grafts to his coronary arteries. Now, what happened? He had no problems. He was exercising. He was exercising at an athletic level. What happened to him? Why is it that we are not able to identify the disease and an event can occur? There are multiple examples. We have seen so many of them, so many of prominent people here playing on the stage, they drop dead. Playing on the field, they drop dead. What exactly happens? Most of the times, at least 50 to 60% of times, we do not know that you have a heart disease, or you have a heart disease which is brewing at a level which can result in heart attacks. Why is it so? And how we can identify that? So, our heart has 3 main arteries, we all know that. 2 come out on the left side, 1 comes out on the right hand side. And right hand side, it supports the side and then gets under the heart. The left hand side, one which descends in front of heart, which is the most important one, and then there is one which goes again to the back of the heart and comes below. So these are the 3 arteries which supply. And whenever there is a fatty depositions or deposition of cholesterol in your coronary arteries, that is the reason that the arteries start to become, they start to shrink inside, the lumen decreases, or there is less of a blood flow. When there is less of a blood flow, your treadmill test should be positive. When your blood flow decreases, you should get a chest pain, right? So you would, and we always think that there is a chest pain, and chest pain is the most important thing of the heart, the symptoms of the heart disease. And we always think that unless there is a chest pain, nothing wrong can happen. We always wait for that symptom, and that is where we go wrong. Why? Because when the fat starts to deposit in the coronary arteries, at that time, because fat is a loose and easy, because of the blood flow, the fat pushes the wall outside rather than pushing it inside. And a lot of fat can deposit in the vessel wall or in the wall of the coronary arteries, but it is expanding outward, not inward. Now when it is expanding outwards, lumen is not small, blood flow is occurring, there is not a positive stress test comes out as normal, you don't get chest pain. So, but this fat, when increases beyond a limit, it can push open, rupture the artery inside, and leads to the formation of a clot. Something, I don't want to be using too many scientific terms here, but something which is known as positive remodeling of the artery or arteries positively going outwards. And sometimes I compare them. I don't know whether this is the right place to discuss like that. I have shown when in India I gave the lecture, I put Shilpa Shetty on one side and Nitin Mukesh on the other side. When there is a fat, it goes outward. When there is no fat, it goes inwards. So I normally compare them by this positive remodeling and negative remodeling. So, how do we identify these people? And I have often said, how do we find Waldos out of this whole crowd? How do we pick up the person who is likely to die of a heart attack and when, versus those people who are likely to live without having an event, right? So you have 7 to 8 billion people in the world, 0.1% die every single year. How do I identify those? Now there are multiple tests by which we can identify them, most important being CT angiography, and you have got the best of CT angiography equipment here in multi-specialty hospital, here as well as in the Whitefield Hospital, White Plain Hospital. But you can't send every patient to get the CT angiography. And you cannot do the angiography every single year or every few months or something like that. So how do I identify these people? So there is something what is known as risk factors. And risk factors were described back in 1960s by Framingham Heart Study. Framingham is a town near Boston where they started to identify 5,000 families, white families, whom they started to follow. Why did they start the Framingham study? Because everybody was dying prematurely. Everybody was getting heart attacks. Everybody had blood pressure. Even the presidents of United States of America was dying of the heart attacks. So these people were getting worried, and the US government, they issued a large grant to Framingham Heart Study so that they are able to identify as to what exactly happens. And they found something, labeled them as the risk factors. Now what is a risk factor? Risk factor is a cause by which the disease occurs. More the risk factor, greater is the likelihood of having a disease. Less the risk factor, less is the likelihood of having a disease. If you decrease the risk factors, your disease disappears. So, the important thing is that we need to identify risk factors. 4 most important risk factors were identified: high blood pressure or hypertension, high blood sugar or diabetes, high cholesterol levels or hypercholesterolemia, and cigarette smoking. And they said these were all modifiable risk factors. And then there were some non-modifiable risk factors like age and sex. You are male, you are more likely to have a problem. Age, older you get, more disease you get. So they thought they are non-modifiable, and then there are some modifiable risk factors. Now, there are multiple other studies that started to happen after that, and one of the best studies came later on was is the Interheart study, which was carried by Dr. Salim Yusuf, the past president of World Heart Federation, my predecessor in this role. And he's from India, as you know, he's from Kerala, and he did his medical school here at St. John's in Bangalore. So he did a study called Interheart study, where he increased it to 9 factors, either risk factors or protective factors. And he demonstrated that only if we knew about the cholesterol and smoking, we'll be able to explain half the disease, the 2/3 of the disease. If we knew about the hypertension and diabetes also, we will identify the disease in 3/4. And if we had all those 9 factors, where there is a stress also, lack of exercise, lack of vegetable and fruit consumption, we add that all on top of it, and then you will find more than 90% of the disease you can explain just by looking at the risk factors. So, if you know the risk factor, we should know the disease. And if you look at that particular study, there is another important thing that you see, that as the cholesterol, for example, was increasing, the disease was increasing, likelihood of heart attack is increasing, likelihood of stroke also increase. Same thing for blood pressure, same thing for smoking, same thing for diabetes. That is happening. And then there are multiple other things which are coming, and his next study was the PURE study. And in the PURE study, which they looked at the 150,000 people from about 50 plus countries. And then they started to look at some of the factors which will cause an increase in these risk factors. They are not the real risk factors, but they are increasing the risk factors. For example, air pollution, working quite like smoking. Or, for example, people are socially isolated, or they are stressed, or they don't have enough of food. So they don't have food, they go to McDonald's and eat at McDonald's. Or they are socially isolated. Even in New York, lack of internet. That makes you socially isolated. So what do? You go and sit at the Kentucky's Fried Chicken and eat there. Right? So there is aggregators, risk potentiators, risk precipitators. Right? And so it is a situation where we know that it is all about risk factors. And whichever country you go to, whichever continent you are in, you saw that the likelihood of having a heart attack with the risk factor was same. Now, we thought that we really need to prove it. And let's get some kind of a random sample here. And we should say that when these risk factors did not exist, when did these risk factors not exist? Possibly in the older days, in the times of our forefathers, when we did not have the risk factors, we should have lived much better and we should not have heart attacks. So what is the easiest thing that we could go to? We went to investigate the mummies. You know the mummies in Egypt, in so many other places? So we have now done the imaging of about 500 mummies. And what we were looking for, here at the specialty hospital, they might have told you that whenever you have coronary disease or any disease, you basically see deposition of calcium in your arteries, or what we call as calcium scoring. And calcium once gets into the artery, it is there forever. So we thought that if I go to look at these mummies, which are like 2,000 years old or 3,000 years old or 4,000 years old, we should not find any calcium in their coronary arteries, right? Or in their other arteries, the other major arteries of the body. So we thought that we will find the ultimate evidence that risk factors are the reason for heart disease. So we started doing about 150, 200 cases that we did in Egypt. And what do we find? 30% of them have calcium in their arteries. That means all the risk factors, they don't work, right? So we were, on one side, we were disappointed. On the other side, we felt happy. Oh, you know what? I can eat anything I want. I can smoke anything I can. So on one hand, it was a good reason. On the other hand, we were very disappointed that our research didn't work. Then we talked to the people there in Egypt, the people, the mummy scientists. We talked to them, what is the problem here? Why is the disease happening here? And what do they tell me? They tell me that these people were no more hunter-gatherers. They had become a civilized society. Once they had civilized society, they started cultivating. They started animal husbandry. They started getting the grains, they started getting the beef, the goat, the fowls, and all those things, and they started eating. From hunter-gatherer lifestyle, when you eat today and then you don't get food for 2 days, now is the time that you are eating 3 to 5 times a day. So, and then you have started eating the non-vegetarian or the meats also. And then you are Egyptian elites. Most of these were kings, pharaohs, or the other elite priests and others. And they were all carried on palanquins. No exercise also. Right? And then there were festivities in the palace every day. And what was the delicacy that they would want? They would have the delicacies, bird eggs of different sizes. Right? So what is it that we do today, these people did not do? So I thought we are at a wrong place. We need to find the mummies of ordinary people. So we went to Peru, we went to Chile, we went to Bolivia, we went to Alaska, we went to Nevada, Utah, Colorado, we went to Greenland, Mongolia. And we started doing the images there because there it was the people who have been buried, and these are the commoners. Most important was in Peru. In the Andes mountain series, under this, in the valley, the people used to cultivate. These are farmers, work all day, go up and down the mountains. 50% of them are vegetarians. 50% of them eat alpaca. Alpaca is a very lean meat, quite like turkey. So we thought this is the right population I found. Now when we looked at them, 20% of them also had disease. Now where is the problem? Where do we go wrong? Some of the autopsies that we did in those mummies, we found out that all those people who had coronary disease or the other calcification in their arteries, they basically had black lungs also. Where do the black lungs come from? Cooking. Because when we went to the houses that they lived in, they were shallow houses, and inside they used to cook. And who gets affected the most? Women. And also children get exposed. Their lungs are black, their arteries are atherosclerotic. All the risk factors being the same which we knew about. Went to all other places. Alaska, they lived in subterranean houses. Greenland, they lived in igloos. Utah, Colorado, other places you go, they lived in the pit holes. And they used to protect them from the winters, they used to light fire inside, and they were all exposed to the smoke. So the same thing that we are seeing today, they are exposed to that. And look at what is happening in the kitchens. And I have been working with a photographer of National Geographic. Her name is Annie Griffiths, who has gone to 150 countries looking at their kitchens of the low and middle income countries, where the women who are cooking, they are engulfed in smoke. The children who are in their laps or they are clinging on to their legs, these are the children who are all getting exposed to that kind of a smoke there. And we are grateful to our country's leadership that at least in the country we are seeing this Ujjwala Yojana, that all the cooking or the old style stoves and all, they are being replaced by the clean gas. And until they completely are replaced by the sustaining energy, at least until then, we are using these stoves, which are at least a much better innovation. And we are seeing a major change now in India, in Indonesia, and some China, and some other countries, where at least this major scourge is being prevented, specifically in the vulnerable group, that is women, and in the children. So we thought that if it is not so, then let's find those tribal people. Because now from tribal areas, we have become the civilized society. Let's go to the tribal areas. So we ended up in Bolivian jungles. And we went and looked at the tribal, some tribes, quite like a Chimane tribe, which they tell me that they live to 100 years. If they are not dead in 5 years of their first 5 years of their life, because of infection or because animal eating them or something like that, or they falling into from the cliff, or they washed away in the floods or things like that, then they will live to 100 years. Now they are not genetically protected. Why? Because their brothers and sisters who have the same genes, who live in the city, they die like us. So we went and we did the CT scans in them, about 750 of them. And then we did their carotid ultrasound, the arteries, we looked for the fatty deposits in their arteries which go to the brain. We started looking, 3,500 of them we did. And what do we find there? They had no disease. Unlike all other populations of the world, at the 80 years of age, they have no disease. I have a very favorite couple of mine. This is a woman who used to come to see me, 99 years old. Her husband is 85 years old. They came for cataract operation, but they have no heart disease. What is it that they were doing? Their LDL cholesterol or bad cholesterol, between 30 and 70. Their blood pressure, upper one, always less than 115. Their sugar, always less than 80. They have never smoked. Their BMI, always less than 24. But since they hunt, they walk whole day. How many steps they do? Up to 20,000 steps a day. Right? You have been told here, exercise, importance of exercise, right? And then they eat once a day. With that, they don't have a disease. And if they don't have a disease, why do I have a disease? Right? Because I don't do what I am supposed to be doing. So, their LDL cholesterol, which is about 30 to 70, we thought this is too low. Let's look at what the good level should be. Because that's very controversial. Your doctor might tell you, oh, no, 100 is okay or 110 is okay. But I always say it is 30. And mine is 23. So I'm not telling you anything which I don't follow. This can be reduced by changing the diet, by exercising, by doing everything right. And there is an example. Dean Arnish in 1992, working with Swami Sachidanand in Colorado, they randomized people and demonstrated that you could decrease the cholesterol by meditation, you have been told to do here, by exercise, regular exercise, and by becoming vegetarian. They reduced their LDL cholesterol by 50 in 1 year's time and demonstrated that they decreased the coronary disease in them. Right? But still, it could not be brought to a level much lower. You look at all the animals of the world. You know how much their LDL cholesterol is? 25 to 30. Their LDL is lower than HDL. Their good cholesterol is higher than. It is 45. Ours is 45 too. But our LDL is 130. Is it acceptable? No. Let's look at the children. What are children born with? Children are born with 25 mg/%. God sends us to this earth with 25. And in 1 year's time, we go to 130 to 150. What wrong do we do? So we started working on it. And how did we work on it? Because my daughter asked me when she was pregnant, what am I going to feed your grandchild? And we started to research that. And what did we find? The only difference that we make to our children in the first year of their life is we start feeding them sugar. Look at the formula. All the formula milk, if it is not breast milk, all the formula milk is full of sugar. You look at new cereals that are available to us. They are all full of sugar. Right? And as Dr. Mohan was telling me this morning, Baba always used to tell him, look at carbohydrates. And that is what he is finding. His paper is coming out tomorrow. He is going to be telling us as to what exactly are we feeding them that our insulin levels go up in our body. And they increase the cholesterol level. So I would like to end by bringing in a new experiment which we are just going to be reporting. That if it is truly sugar which is increasing your cholesterol level, is sugar the only culprit? Is carbohydrate the main culprits? More so than anything else. We could not do this experiment with the children. We could not say that, okay, these children will not get sugar, these children will get sugar. So we were looking for some kind of a random experiment. And what random experiment we find? That at the World War II, there was sugar rationing in Europe. And in England, they stopped the sugar rationing on 23rd September 1953. So you look at that sample now, children born 1,000 days before 1953 and children born 1,000 days after 1953. They were exposed to sugar in uterus also, in mother's womb also, and then from 1 to 2 years of sugar that they had taken. Very simple experiment. And then this data are available in the UK Biobank, and from them we looked at 40 years later how the changes occur. You will be surprised if I tell you that those who were born after the sugar rationing ended, they had 25% greater hypertension 40 years later, 40% higher diabetes level 40 years later, and 40 mg% increase in their cholesterol levels. They were obese. They had more inflammation. So, we all must recognize as to what is wrong. And the best part, which I feel Puttaparthi is the best place to start, and that's why I call it an epicenter for our World Heart Day, that this has been the Baba's teaching all along, how do you live, importance of physical activity, importance of lack of stress, that is meditation, eating vegetarian, less meals a day as possible, and trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, having regular examinations, talking to your doctors, getting the exams done, but most importantly, trying to lead a life which is what he described to you. That is the life that we like to lead. And if we follow that, there is no reason why we should not be able to eliminate heart disease quite like the Chimane population in Central South America did. Thank you very much, and Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, sir, for sharing with us on this occasion of World Heart Day some very valuable insights on preventive care and initiatives to work on modifiable risk factors and live a fit and healthy life. Effort and divine grace always go hand in hand. With this awareness and sincere effort, we all can easily give up thoughts, activities, and habits which takes us away from divine, our true self. We will now continue with the further proceedings of the Prasanthi Vidwan Mahasabha. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Mother Sai. Respected Vidwans, elders, doctors, members of the medical fraternity, dear brothers and sisters, a loving Sai Ram to all of you. Today, as we herald the 7th day of the holy festival of Dashara, we engage in the Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yagnam, the Prasanthi Vidwan Mahasabha, and the ardent worship of the Mother. While we pray to the Mother Divine, let us take a few moments to remember the Mother of the Divine, the Amma of Ishwara, Ishwaramma. Mother Ishwaramma was a very pious, devoted, and compassionate soul who tirelessly dedicated herself to the service of all those who came rushing to Swami. On one memorable occasion, Swami asked her a question that only he could. "What do you want?" Swami asked. Mother Ishwaramma could have asked for anything, literally anything in this universe, and the Lord of the universe would have gotten it for her. And yet, she did not succumb to any worldly temptation. Mother Ishwaramma asked of Swami 3 distinct wishes. One, since the children of Puttaparthi back then had to walk several miles to the neighboring villages for education, she asked Swami if he could get a primary school built in Puttaparthi. 2, if the people of Puttaparthi fell ill or got hurt, basic first aid couldn't reach them on time, and therefore she asked Swami if a dispensary could be constructed in Puttaparthi. And since the area of Rayalaseema was infamous for droughts and people often walked several kilometers for a pot of water, she asked Swami to arrange for a well to be dug in Puttaparthi. Swami, the loving Lord and the ideal Son, fulfilled these 3 simple wishes in a way that not only benefited the residents of Puttaparthi, but also innumerable people across the globe. He paved the way not only for a primary school, but an esteemed educational institution that offered comprehensive, values-based learning completely free of cost, right up to PhD, with an aim to provide education not merely for a living but for life. His grace brought to several villages and in fact even to the metropolitan city of Chennai the elixir of life, Sai Ganga, through massive water projects well recognized by the government of India, all because the mother asked for a mere well to be dug in Puttaparthi. And in response to the mother's wish for a dispensary, Swami put in place general and super specialty hospitals both in Prasanthi Nilayam and Bengaluru, providing free medical care to thousands of people who can walk in without a worry of the cost of the treatment and walk out completely cured of their maladies. Hospitals without a billing counter. It is only by divine providence that during the 100th year of the advent of our beloved Mother Sai, we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the World Heart Day during Dashara, a festival dedicated to the Mother Divine, with the World Heart Foundation and the healers of society, doctors, cardiologists, in association with the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, a gift of Mother Sai to his earthly mother. This evening, as we draw the curtains to the World Heart Day celebrations, the students of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning humbly offer at the feet of the cosmic healer a drama titled Dil Ko Pehchan. Doctors are the very lifelines of society. They live the story of each patient even while trying to fix their lives. When they choose to become instruments of a higher power, their higher self, they infuse benevolence in their expressions, actions, and thoughts. They then serve not just with skill, but with the hands of a surgeon, the head of a saint, and the heart of the divine. Let us join them as they recount a tale of faith, faith in oneself, faith in doctors, and faith in the higher self. Thank you, Sai Ram.
At the outset, we want to thank you so much, Dr. Vishwas Vaidyanathan, for agreeing to do this interview. Our viewers are going to be thrilled to hear from you. I'm not sure if you know, but you are an inspiration to several budding cardiac surgeons watching this interview.
Thank you.
And special congratulations on winning the Emerging Cardiac Surgeon of the Year. In your award speech, you mentioned very briefly about how becoming a doctor in itself was a big achievement for you. So, when did it become clear to you that cardiac surgery is your path?
I think it was more of an emotional decision made when I was a child.
That sounds interesting. Can you tell us more about it?
Actually, back in school, I had a friend who had a hole in the heart, and I saw him suffer. I remember him asking me once, "Vishwas, why can't I be normal?" And that question got me thinking, can we fix this heart? Eventually, after specialization with great mentors and, well, some good luck, I got here.
Come to think of it, that must have been a life-defining moment. There seldom come these moments in our lives as if they were crafted just for us, and that one seemingly small incident changes the course of our life itself. Now, let's talk about the award. It's incredibly prestigious, something that the entire medical fraternity looks forward to. How does it feel to have been honored with such an award so early in your career?
Definitely feels good. No denying that. I take this as the recognition for years of hard work.
The best feeling in the world?
Not at all. It is not the best feeling in the world. I am just lucky I got the award. But nothing can top the feeling when, those moments after the surgery, when you step out and tell a parent or a spouse that their loved one is fine. That relief, that gratitude, it's raw, it's real, and a million times more powerful than any applause or award. That for me is the true prize. Ask any doctor and you will get the same answer.
No doubt, medicine is a noble profession. People like us most often see the accolades, but not the tough times you have been through. If you don't mind, can you share one of the most significant professional challenges you have faced in your career? And what did that experience teach you?
It is difficult to pick one. Okay. This happened when I was a junior doctor in my final year of study. There was a little child, maybe around 9 or 10, who was born with a congenital heart defect, which we would call an atrial septal defect. The child's face is still vivid in my mind. The senior doctor asked me to counsel the child's father and uncle to communicate to them that the surgery was pretty straightforward with no big concerns. Arey Ashok ji, Dilip ji, please have a seat. Here is the consent form.
Dr. Saab, we just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes, if that is okay.
Yes, please go ahead.
I know that whatever you are doing, it is to make my son Arjun better. You may even think that I am a fool to ask you anything about the surgery now.
Dr. Saab, this child, he came after 9 years of marriage. So many prayers, so much hope. And now to learn that he has this condition,
I totally understand your concerns. We also do not perform a surgery unless necessary. Moreover, Dr. Krishnamurti has performed so many surgeries where there is a hole in the heart. I understand the significance of this for your family. Dr. Krishnamurti and our entire team will take the utmost care. We know how precious Arjun is to you.
I hope there will not be any more complications in Arjun's life after this.
In medicine, we can never say 100%, but I want to assure you, complications are extremely rare. The surgery takes about 2-3 hours, and most children are back to normal within weeks. I give you my word that we will do everything in our power to ensure Arjun returns to you hale and hearty.
In your hands, doctor, and in God's. It's been 5 hours, Dilip. The doctor said 2 to 3 hours.
Operations take time, bhaiya. Everything will be fine.
I am so glad to tell you that the surgery was completely successful.
Thank God.
He is still under anesthesia. Let's give him a few more hours before you can see him.
Hours have gone by, Dilip. Why isn't he awake yet?
Bhaiya, every child is different. The doctor said it takes time. Doctor!
Abhay? Mr. Abhay?
This is not normal, Dilip. Something is definitely wrong.
It's been close to 4 hours now. I also sense that something is wrong.
Doctor Saab, what's happening? Why isn't my son awake?
He is still not conscious. We had to put him on some life support systems.
Life support?
Just as a precaution while he recovers.
But you said the surgery was successful.
Yes, the heart surgery was successful. But you know, sometimes children need breathing assistance after anesthesia. Anyway, the senior doctor will be here very soon. He will have a look at your son. Please, just give us a little more time.
Did you see his face, Dilip? He's not telling us the truth. I'm worried. Dr. Saab, what happened to Arjun?
I need to speak to both of you privately. Please come. Please sit down.
We don't want to sit. Just tell us about Arjun.
The surgery was successful, right? He said successful, na, Dilip?
The heart surgery was technically successful.
Then what is the problem? Why isn't he awake?
Ashok ji, Arjun is not responding to any stimuli. His brain...
His brain? What happened to his brain?
His brain is not showing any activity. I am sorry. He is brain dead.
No. This is not true. This cannot be true. Arjun! Arjun!
Brain dead? What are you saying, Dr. Saab?
I am sorry. Arjun will not wake up. He is gone.
What do you mean he's gone? How dare you say that?
Bhaiya, please.
You said it was a straightforward procedure. You promised us. You sat in that chair yesterday and told me that my son would be all right. You lied to us.
Ashok ji, sometimes complications.
What did you say? Complications? It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Bhaiya, please.
Nahi, Dilip. They let my child die. They don't look at our emotions. For them, it's all just...
Ashok ji, we did everything possible. In fact, the senior doctor...
Where is the senior doctor? Where is he now? And why are you sitting here and telling me that my child is dead?
Ashok ji, I...
Do you have any idea of what we sacrificed? 4 generations of families' properties sold for medical bills. We begged relatives for money. All because you sat here and gave us hope.
Dr. Saab, is there some chance? Any chance?
I wish I could tell you that. But he's gone.
First, his mother. And now, him. I have no one left. 9 years. 9 years we waited for this child. 9 years of going to temples, hospitals, gurus. With just one hope. And then God finally blessed us. We had a little Arjun. You people killed him.
Bhaiya, please. Please calm down.
Our Arjun is gone. Our little Arjun. They destroyed everything. My son, my family, my hope, my future.
I'm sorry, Ashok ji.
Do you think your apology will bring back my son? Listen to me, Dr. Saab. Do you have a child? Then how will you understand our pain? Someday in future, if this happens with your child, maybe then you will know.
Vaidyo Narayano वैद्यो नारायणो हरिः वैद्यो नारायणो हरिः वैद्यो नारायणो हरिः
Doctor, the circumstances you just spoke about were incredibly painful. If we feel such immense pain just by hearing the story, I can only begin to fathom the anguish that the family must have endured. And of course, your fortitude in such a scenario is truly commendable. How did you persevere during such a challenging time?
Early in our career, as a doctor, one will face such difficult situations. Eventually, one learns to handle it. At that moment, I had to draw on a lot of courage and strength to handle the situation.
That's remarkable, sir. I'm in awe of your resilience.
Thank you. I was lucky though.
Lucky? That's definitely intriguing. What is the role that luck has played in your career?
See, luck is always on the side of those who work hard. And I have always worked very hard. And so things just got progressively better, both in my life and career. There is nothing to decode here.
I completely agree with you, sir. Now, as we come to the last segment of our interview, one final question. What is the most critical piece of advice we must practice so that we can take good care of our hearts?
If I have to put it in one sentence, it would be avoid hurry, worry, and curry. One must resist the triple threats of chronic restlessness, stress, and cholesterol-heavy indulgences. This avoidance, coupled with regular exercise, is the key to a hale and healthy heart. Well, on a lighter note, if you all take good care of your hearts, we might have to worry about our jobs. But I think that's a good kind of worry to have.
Thank you, Doctor. That was a truly enriching interview. I am certain those who put your advice into practice will have a comfortable life. Thank you so much once again.
Dr. Vishwas Vaidyanathan. An inspiration indeed. Congratulations, Emerging Doctor of the Year. The interview went really well. Not surprised. You had the perfect answer to every question. Now, more people will get to see you. And soon, you will be the talk of the town. It seems like life is on a beautiful upward trajectory. Patients, surgery, conferences, research, and now the prestigious award. You've been really busy. Yes, I have. And yet the time for the interview. It's a classic story. The poor parents, the endless hard work, the all-nighters. Maybe you are being glorified for a good story to sell. Oh, come on. What do you mean? Over the past few years, I have been extremely good at what I do, and that's why I have got all this. I am always hardworking and good. Yes, you are. But are you the only one? Why did you get picked? I was a bit lucky. A bit? How long will you hide your secret behind big statements like, I had to draw on all the courage I had? Why did you not tell the complete story in the interview? Why does anyone need to know the rest of the story? It is just a personal secret. Or is it because the truth behind your success would shatter your legitimacy? That patients will stop rushing to you? That your colleagues will stop respecting you? What is it? Why can't you let go of it? What if someone found out about it and it gets stolen. Shh! Don't worry. No one apart from you can hear this. Vishwas, you'd need to remind yourself of how it all began in order to move ahead. Was it only Arjun's family that were affected by the loss?
Vishwas, have you completed your rounds?
Sir,
This has become a pattern now. I have received complaints about your behavior from several people. If this were to continue... Dr. Vishwas, did you hear what I said? Dr. Vishwas. Vishwas.
Sir.
What is the matter with you?
Just a few minutes, sir. I will finish my rounds and be right with you.
Dr. Vishwas, this is not the way you respond to a senior doctor. You have become intolerable. Is this the way a doctor carries himself?
I am sorry, sir. I will...
Dr. Vishwas, I see you have had a look at... what was his name? Abdul's reports.
Yes, sir.
Then kindly explain to me this remark.
Yes, sir. I checked the patient's breathing. There were no murmurs or wheezing. Normal rhythm.
This patient, Abdul, has been exhibiting severe cardiac arrhythmia since birth. How could you possibly report normalcy? Look at your previous reports. Normal. Again. How long has this been going on?
Arrhythmia? No, sir. He is normal.
This is unacceptable. I will not tolerate such a fundamentally false diagnosis. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Sir, I was unable to hear his heartbeat.
Look, Vishwas, it has been what? More than 3 weeks since that boy died at the table?
Arjun.
Arjun. See, I empathize with you, but you are in too deep now. You're a doctor. Sometimes things are just not in your control. You know that. You must be stronger. If you yourself are like this, how will you treat patients? If you need a few days to clear your mind, take them. We do not want a disturbed doctor treating our patients. Go home, rest well, and then come back.
Do you have any idea of what we sacrificed? 9 years we waited for this child. Arjun is gone. You said it was a straightforward decision.
Unacceptable. I will not tolerate such a fundamental false diagnosis. Do you hear me? Do you hear
Doctor Sahab?
Huh?
Doctor Sahab, I am an attendant of Mr. Prashant. Bed number 9. You had asked me to bring his reports. May I?
Look, sir, I'm clearly not doing very well right now. And I wish to be by myself for a while.
Doctor Sahab, right now, you need someone to be with you.
Sir, can you please go? I will call you once I have a look at the reports.
I just need 2 minutes of your time. After that, I shall not disturb you. Doctor Sahab, I deeply feel what you are feeling. No one ever tells your side of the story. That in every failed attempt to heal someone, there may be 2 victims. The patient and you, the doctor. We are not infallible. We are simply human.
Wait a second. What do you know? How do you know?
What or how much I know is not important now. Whether you want to seek help from me is.
Fine. Sir, I have been around several failed treatments and surgeries. I know my trade. But around a month back, a young boy with a hole in his heart died on the table. And something changed. Being made to feel such wrath coming from his father, my heart and my mind met in a soul-shattering collision. And I bled hope and lost my sense of self. I am unable to find my way back, sir.
Doctor, your sense of self holds your hand and tells you that you have lost your sense of self. First, let go of it.
Let go of it? I don't understand what you mean, sir.
Then let me tell you a story. Way back in the year 1653, on a bright morning, the Maratha Emperor Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was seated in his court in Raigad when dark clouds of doubt hovered over his mind.
Raje, you seem to be lost in thought. What has disturbed your mind even before the sun has risen?
Has a rival emissary delivered a threat, Maharaj?
Tanaji, no threat is grave enough when I have warriors like you and Baji Prabhu by my side. Our enemies shall know only fear when they hear the roar of the Marathas. And yet, a strange despondency overpowers me.
It is an irrevocable truth that you have deployed your every waking breath to build and protect this empire. When the Maratha Empire indeed grows from strength to strength, forgive me, for I fail to understand what troubles you, Raje.
Raje, Sadhu Maharaj Samartha Ramdas is on his way here.
Pranams, Gurudev. You come at the spring of nectar to the parched throat. Pray, salvage me from this whirlpool of despondency.
It is the Lord's wish that I be here at this hour of despair. Tell me, Rajay, what is it that troubles your mind?
Gurudev, I have taken upon myself the task of unifying the country. The kingdom which I built brick by brick has grown in stature, but has shrunk in morals. What shall become of a king who wins wars for freedom, but loses his morals? What of the subjects under such a rule?
Nation building is not an easy task, and you have done a splendid job. By the grace of the Mother Almighty, you shall continue to do so. A true warrior is not overwhelmed by problems. He overcomes them.
The worries of this kingship, a weight too great to hold, have stolen my peace. Please allow me to rest at your lotus feet, throwing away the burden of this empire.
The problem is not within your kingdom. It is within you. True, you cannot rule a kingdom this way. Relinquish your crown unto me, and with it, all that which burdens your heart.
Gurudev, I am more than willing to discard this pomposity and surrender myself unto you. Please accept me as your disciple.
Son, as my disciple, you now possess no representative of your kingship. Don these saffron robes instead, and join us as we walk the streets of your erstwhile empire and seek arms.
For 2 days and nights, in the companionship of his Guru, Shivaji Maharaj experienced the life of an ascetic. But on the following dawn, Guru Samartha Ramdas decided to return to the fortress.
Swamiji Maharaj, we are grateful that you have returned to the kingdom with the sign of the Maratha Empire by your side. We beseech you to return him to us.
O Senapati, your erstwhile king has submitted himself to me, being overwhelmed by the responsibility of his empire and of the nation he envisions. Now, he is devoid of all its worries. Aren't you, Rajay?
Gurudev, it is indeed true that I have found unending joy just by serving you. My wish is to continue to serve you and obey your command.
If that is so, son, as your guru and the king of this virtuous Maratha empire, I appoint you, Maharaj Shivaji, to take command and rule over its subjects as my representative.
But Swamiji, I am unable to fathom the depth of your actions. Pray, enlighten me.
O Rajay, you were overwhelmed by the responsibility of your empire because you believed that the kingdom belonged to you. Have the firm conviction that the kingdom is now mine, and with it, all its worries and problems too. The throne may once again be yours, but you are mine, my instrument.
Your word is my command, Gurudev.
Continue to carry out all your tasks with the same fervor and vigor as you always did, and leave the rest unto the Mother Almighty, for she knows and she'll take care of everything.
Jai Bhavani!
Jai Bhavani!
Guruji, this story that you have narrated to me speaks in many tongues. Did living as a hermit change the emperor's mind about his duties? Or did his guru's assurance to bear the consequences of his duties change his mind?
Beta, the emperor had a change of heart. Thenceforth, they were never his duties. He was no longer alone. He surrendered his doership and therefore became separate from the repercussions of his responsibilities.
But Guruji, I have no such master or guiding force to believe in. My plight is such that everyone around me needs my best self. Even at this time, when that self is shattered, how then do I restore normalcy to my life, Guruji?
I have a remedy which you may not accept.
At this juncture, any remedy is a blessing. So please go ahead and tell me.
Open your palm. This is a spiritually charged healing crystal handed down to me to be passed on to anyone in dire distress. Keep it with you, on your person, in times of need, and it shall alleviate all your afflictions of the body or of the soul.
Guruji, as a man of science, tangible reasoning is the cornerstone of my disposition. How then can I come to terms with such supernatural totems?
What did you say just a while ago? This is that blessing. Vishwas. Arjun's passing was inexplicable, wasn't it? Maybe the remedy is to keep a little faith, Vishwas. I shall take your leave now. Take care, beta.
I hope we meet again soon.
Hey Rahul, Vishwas has arrived on time today.
Looks like Dr. Krishnamurti might have issued an ultimatum.
He even looks much better today. Hey Vishwas, how are you?
I am getting better. Thank you, Kashyap. Has Dr. Krishnamurti asked for me already?
Not yet. He should be here anytime now.
Okay. Time to see the patient. Vishwas, you can do it. How are you feeling today, sir? Have the pains on your left side reduced?
Only slightly, doctor. I still feel discomfort while breathing. Thank you for all the care, doctor.
Mahajanji, you are getting better every day. At your age, these problems happen. But these days, even young people are having different cardiac problems. That is why all cardiac doctors have joined the mission in spreading awareness of heart health. Can you sit upright for a moment?
No. I have to break out of my fears. I can't appear weak and unable. Not in front of my patients. For their hopes, I must take heart.
It shall alleviate all your afflictions. A little faith will go a long way, Vishwas.
My heart. I can feel my heart. I can hear it beating again. How is this happening? The stone seems to be working.
Is everything fine with me, doctor?
Yes, there was something I had forgotten to do, and I rushed to do that. Anyway, let's continue.
Dr. Vishwas, this is a pleasant surprise. I thought you wouldn't show up for work today. Please, continue. So, how is Mr. Mahajan doing?
Sir, the vitals are stable. BP 120/75, heart rate 70, good urine output. The chest drain has been removed. His wound sites, both the sternal incision and the leg where the vein graft was taken, are clean with no signs of infection. He even walked to the restroom without any help. Right now, his pain is well controlled with an oral paracetamol.
So, what next?
I think we can put him on a beta blocker and statin and see how he tolerates those medications.
Right. That is good. Looks like there are no significant concerns at this time. So, let us continue the medication for 2 to 3 days. Monitor the vitals and the pain. Mahajanji, how are you feeling?
Much better than what it was 2 days ago. Thank you, doctor.
Vishwas, I'm glad to see you like this. Looks like my heart talk had its effect.
Mahajanji, where can I find Guruji?
Who? Guru Prasad ji?
Yes, the person who was with you here yesterday.
Dr. Saab. I know him as Guru Prasad ji. He regularly visits the ashram where I work.
And what is the name of the ashram?
Vanuprastha Ashram.
Oh, okay. Would you have his number?
He has nothing that binds him like you and me. He's a free spirit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Excuse me, I am looking for Guru Prasad ji. Do you know him?
Huh? We know him. Are you new to the ashram?
Yes.
How do you know him, sir? Because even in the ashram, there are not many people who know him. He speaks only to those whom he wants to. Actually, only to those who need his advice. That makes me curious. How do you know Guru Prasad ji?
I am actually a doctor and I met Guru Prasad ji at the hospital.
Hospital? Why was Guru Prasad ji at the hospital?
Guru Prasad ji came there as an attendant to a patient. In fact, it was he who guided me to the ashram.
That is all anyone can tell you about Sri Guru Prasad ji. One can only hope to find him here. But when he wants to find you, wherever you be, he will somehow find you. You could maybe ask around if someone has seen him today. At least I have not seen him since I came here.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Doctor, is that you?
Oh, Guruji, where have you been? I came in search of you.
In search of me? What happened?
Guruji, when you know everything, why are you acting like this with me?
Why not? Were you not acting when you said that the stone is not going to work? You were so reluctant to keep it with you. Or are you acting now?
No, Guruji, I am not acting now. Forgive me for I was a fool not to believe your words or actions at that time. But now that I have experienced it, I wanted to thank you for giving me the stone.
So now are you free from those troubles?
Yes, Guruji, I think I am.
Very good. So can you please return the stone to me?
Guruji, can't I keep it with me for some more time? I have experienced the magic of this stone just once. Besides, I don't know if I am fully free from my troubled head and anguish. What if all my troubles suddenly return?
Arey, so till when do you want to keep the stone?
Perhaps until I feel I'm ready to give it up.
And when will that be?
I don't know.
So you want this to remain with you forever?
Can I have it with me forever?
Dr. Sahab, an object with great power can destroy the one holding it. In the beginning, one reveres it as a guide. It turns grief to joy. In happiness, it turns into a companion. Until the crown of success wants one to make it a slave. Are you ready for this journey? Or are you ready to give it up now?
Guruji, I really need this for a bit longer. This stone made everything I had been suffering from for so many days vanish in a moment.
Acha, give me the stone.
But Guruji, please.
Arey, I will give it back to you. Just give it to me. 3 years. 3 years from today, the stone will not have its magic anymore. And I will come to collect it from you.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Can I give you some dakshina for this blessing of yours?
I will ask for the dakshina at the right time. I hope you will be prepared to give it to me then.
Anything that you ask at any time will be yours, Guruji. Thank you so much.
It is time for me to go then. Take care.
के इस शिखर पर चढ़ने का हौसला रखा है मैंने। जिंदगी की इस दहलीज पर आने की हिम्मत जो रखी है मैंने। कायम और खुशी से गुजरता है हर काम आजकल। डर और उदासी उड़ गए हैं कहीं ये दूर आजकल। ऐसा लगने लगा कि अब सपने सच हो रहे हैं। ऐसा लगने लगा कि हर मंजिल हासिल हुई है। ऐसा लगने लगा कि अब सपने सच हो रहे हैं, सच हो रहे हैं। ऐसा लगने लगा कि हर मंजिल हासिल हुई है, हासिल हुई है। बचपन से शुरू हुआ ये सफर, आज पहचान बन गई मेरी। कहानी जो पढ़ी थी किताबों में, आज जिंदगानी बनी मेरी। वक्त के साथ आगे बढ़ चला हूँ मैं, दोस्तों के साथ आसमां छूने लगा हूँ मैं। ऐसा लगने लगा कि अब सपने सच हो रहे हैं। ऐसा लगने लगा कि हर मंजिल हासिल हुई है। ऐसा लगने लगा कि अब सपने सच हो रहे हैं, सच हो रहे हैं। ऐसा लगने लगा कि हर मंजिल हासिल हुई है, हासिल हुई है।
For what felt like a lifetime, I held a silent weight inside. And now, for the first time, that weight is gone. Desperate times demand desperate solutions. Yes, I needed the stone because the stone gave me... Because the stone gave you what you lost. It gave you a power, the kind that made you forget who you were and believe in something more. It gave you a chance to rewrite your story. But I also... Nothing that you say will be a fitting reply to that statement. Did you ever think that it was your courage that brought you success? Please. It was the confidence that you had the rock with you that you went around without a care in the world. You didn't even have to worry, even if it were a complicated case. Because, well, the stone was always there. Was I wrong to use that boon to the fullest? Using the boon wasn't the mistake. The mistake was in your arrogance, in flaunting your success and glory without ever acknowledging what the stone actually means to you. Take that thing away and you are nothing. That was the gift. And I was deserving of it. Deserving? Take it out and show the stone to the world. Show it. I see the calls have begun. Hello, Nikhil. Oh. How deep is the stab? And the time of injury? Okay. Okay. Arrange for the surgery. I'll be there in 5. What happened? What are you looking for? Should I not look for it? Oh. You think my skills are dependent on the stone? You think I'm not good by myself? Bravo! Bravo! Really? I can leave it here. Will you be fine? No anxiety. What about the child? Will something like that repeat again? Wait a second. What went wrong then? Was it my mistake, really? Was it anyone's mistake? Why did I blame myself? Did I actually do anything wrong? Why do I allow these thoughts to set in? Yes, Nikhil. What is the GCS reading? Did you say 13? Okay, don't worry. I'm on my way. Guruji, you are here at this moment?
Why not? Were you not expecting me?
Should I have? Wait, what date is it today? 25th?
No, it is the 29th.
Guruji, can I keep this stone for a few more hours? I have a very critical case to handle right now, and I'm messed up in my mind at this moment.
What will the stone, which has already been with you for a few days more than decided, do now?
You mean I have kept it with me without its power?
What power are you referring to? Give me the stone.
What is this? Why does it taste like salt?
What else will salt taste like? Sugar.
What do you mean? What is going on?
Hari Vishwas. What you have kept with you for the past 3 years has been salt. But you have kept it with the Vishwas, the faith that it changes bad situations into good ones for you. Your faith that nothing goes wrong when you have this makes everything right.
That can't be true. I actually feel better when I have it with me. I am sure this is responsible for all the good that has happened to me in the last few years.
I am not denying that. But is the stone alone responsible for all of it? Or is it your faith in the power that it confers? Your faith provides the channel for the power to work. Just as you didn't recognize the magical salt in the stone, you are not recognizing the magical salt of the divine within you.
But what if
we question others, ourselves, and also the power of the divine? We only accept answers that we want to hear.
Yes. What? A cardiac tamponade? I will be there in a moment.
It is time for you and me to go. God bless. Your faith provides the channel for the power to work. It shall alleviate all your afflictions. A little faith will go a long way, Vishwas. Beta, what happened? Why are you both so tensed?
We have come with a friend of ours.
What happened to him?
He was stabbed in the chest.
Oh, who did it?
While we were waiting outside the ATM, our friend had gone in to withdraw some money. Out of nowhere, two masked men barged in and attacked him.
I hope he's out of danger. We heard that the doctor who's doing the surgery is really good.
Thank God. He is our only hope now. His parents will soon be here, right?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Dr. Vishwas is not just a skilled surgeon. He also has a kind heart. He will do his best. But what has to happen will happen anyway. You both have to keep praying. That is the best you can do now.
Thank you, sir. But how do you know Dr. Vishwas?
I came here with someone who needed help, but helped someone else. And in turn, today someone else is being helped. Help ever, hurt never. Love all, serve all. I will go now. The surgery is complete, and so is my part.
Excuse me. Don't worry. Your friend is safe. Good that you brought him here soon. Had you delayed it for a while, anything could have happened.
Thank you so much, doctor. You have saved our friend's life.
You are like God for us.
Oh, please. Don't say such a thing. I am not God. I am just a doctor doing my work.
But doctor, what you do is God's work. You save lives. You relieve people of their suffering with the magic of His touch in your hands.
We try our best to do what we can do. We stand at the doorstep where we see both sides of human life. We are not immune to the frailty of the human body and the mind. But it is important for us to take care of ourselves because practice before you preach holds true for everyone.
Ranjan, what that man told about him was right. Dr. Saab, you indeed have a kind heart.
And he left before I came out. Nothing surprising now. Anyway, you can go and see your friend now. He will take a while to get conscious, but you can see him from a distance for now.
Vishwas, I just heard about the case you performed. That was very well done.
Thank you, sir.
What happened with you happens with all of us. We spend most of our time repairing others that we forget to repair ourselves. It was a tough situation you got yourself into, but you overcame it bravely. That too all by yourself.
I was not alone. We are never alone. We all have a divine spark within us. Our higher self. That spark which can make humans achieve the unbelievable, the unimaginable. We see our physical reflection a number of times every day, but are too busy to reflect within. We depend on someone or something to remind us of that inner strength. I was lucky to have someone who gave me something to find that spark within.
Oh, who was that? And what was it?
Maybe one day I will tell you all of it. But for now, it is my personal precious experience.
I totally understand. Let me also tell you something that I find interesting. We see a heart daily but can't differentiate between one beating with love and one bereft of it. One filled with courage and one with doubt. One sound in integrity and one broken with lies. Because as long as we see the heart beat as a mechanical process, it is just that. But the heartbeat is the presence of the supreme life force within us. That divine force that makes us immortal even after we leave this mortal world. That divinity which can make a doctor divine, an engineer a creator, a teacher a guide, and an artist, an angel. Anyway, I came here to share with you the invite for this year's World Heart Day. The theme for this year is Don't Miss a Beat.
Sir, I have a very interesting interpretation for the theme.
Go ahead. Tell me about it.
BEAT. Benevolent in expression, action and thought. Don't miss a beat. We should never miss a chance to be benevolent in our expression, action and thought.
That is a very interesting interpretation, Vishwas. I'm sure it is no coincidence that this year's World Heart Day is going to be celebrated at Prasanthi, Nilayam.
There can be no better place and person befitting this expression. Shri Sathya Sai Baba never misses a chance to be benevolent in expression, action and thought.
Swami, your love has reached and helped the human race in over 100 countries for over 100 years in countless different ways. You have awakened the divine consciousness globally. Benevolence in expression.
Swami, your mammoth service projects have provided each one of us an opportunity to commit to this path of service, to let divinity awaken within us. Benevolence in action.
As Rama, you gave up the kingdom to uphold truth. As Krishna, you became a charioteer to stand by righteousness. As Satya Sai, you built an abode of peace and a beacon of love called Prasanthi Nilayam. Benevolence in thought.
Every Sai devotee aspires to become Hanuman, in whose heart resides their Sai Rama.
Every Sai student aspires to become Arjuna, whose troubled heart is healed by the words of Sai Krishna.
Shri Satya Sai nurtures the hearts of the children through Bal Vikas. Shri Satya Sai transforms the hearts of the grown-ups through service activities. Shri Satya Sai protects the hearts of the aged through Nama Smarana.
Swami, today the members of the World Heart Foundation have come to witness how God's heart loves His fellow man. His love knows no distinction of caste, creed, color, religion and status. This selfless love, which has resided in and radiated from Prasanthi Nilayam for 100 years, will continue to do so forever. For this is the heartland and the heart of Shri Satya Sai.
Om Shri Sai Ram. We just now witnessed a beautiful cultural offering by the students of Shri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning on the occasion of World Heart Day, depicting the challenges of a doctor to mature into an able professional. With this, we conclude the 3-day Sri Sathya Sai Global Cardiovascular Conference held at Prasanthi Nilayam in collaboration with the World Heart Federation. We now request the speakers of this conference to kindly come forward to receive Bhagwan's token of love and blessings. We request Srimati Himavahani Ratnakar Garu and Dr. Geeta Kamath Garu to kindly come forward and felicitate all the lady speakers. Sai Ram. Sai Ram. We now request our esteemed Managing Trustee of Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, Sri R.J. Ratnakar Garu, to kindly come forward and felicitate the gent speakers of the conference. Sai Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram. On this auspicious occasion of Devi Navaratri, we will now be blessed with Bhagwan's divine discourse. Sai Ram.
రిత్త కోరికలను మోపు ఎత్తుకొనుచు తిరుగుచున్నారు నిజ రూపు తెలియలేక తిలల ఎందున తైలంబు వెలయునటులా దేవుడున్నాడు మీలోన తెలియరయ్యా తిలల ఎందున తైలంబు వెలయునటులా దేవుడున్నాడు మీలోన తెలియరయ్యా దేవుడున్నాడు దేవుడున్నాడు మీలోన తెలియరయ్యా దేవుడున్నాడు మీలోన తెలియరయ్యా తెలియరయ్యా. ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, ఎంబాడిమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ డివైన్ లవ్, శరీరములో దహరాకాశమునందు ఎండ నీడల వలె జీవనతో కూడిన దేవుడు నివసించుచున్నాడు.
God is living in the heart just as sun is there in the sky.
ఎండ నీడలు ఒకదాని ప్రక్కన ఒకటి, ఒకదానితో ఒకటి అవినాభావ సంబంధమై అన్యోన్యాశ్రమమై ఉంటున్నవి.
Light and shade are closely interlinked. They are mutually dependent. There is a close relationship between them.
అటులనే జీవుడు దేవుడు ఒకదానినొకటి అనుసరించి అన్యోన్యాశ్రమమై అవినాభావ సంబంధంతో హృదయంలో నిలిచి ఉన్నవి.
Similar is the relationship between God and individual soul. They are inextricably linked with each other, and God dwells in the very heart of man.
జీవునకు ఉపాధి పరిమితి.
Man is restricted by his physical body.
దేవునికి సర్వాంతర్యామి ఉపాధి రహితుడు.
God does not have any such restriction. He is the indweller in every human heart.
ఇట్టి నిజతత్వమును గుర్తించి అనుభవించి ఆనందించి జగత్తునకు అందించే నిమిత్తమై ఆనాటి ప్రజలు యజ్ఞ యాగాదులు ప్రారంభించారు.
The ancient ones undertook the conduct of and performance of various sacrifices, recognizing, experiencing, and enjoying this basic truth.
దేహమునకు ఇంద్రియములు ప్రధానము.
To the physical body, sense organs are very important.
ఈ ఇంద్రియములనగా ఇంద్రియముల కంటే కూడాను ఇంద్రియ భావములు అత్యంత బలవత్తరమైనటువంటివి.
The sensations which arise in the senses are more powerful than the senses themselves.
శబ్ద, స్పర్శ, రూప, రస, గంధాదులు.
The sound, the touch, the sight, and the feeling, and the smell, all these five.
ఈ ఇంద్రియముల కంటే కూడాను అన్నింటికీ అధిపతి మనసు.
Mind is the master of all these senses.
మనసు కంటే అధిపతి బుద్ధి.
Intellect is the master of the mind.
బుద్ధి కంటే అధిపతి జీవుడు.
The individual soul is the master of intellect.
జీవునికి అధిపతి దేవుడు.
God is the master of individual souls.
ఇంద్రియములు మనసుతో చేర్చి
the sense organs, when they come in contact with the mind,
మనసును బుద్ధితో కలిపి
and putting the mind along with the intellect,
బుద్ధిని జీవంతో చేర్చినప్పుడే
when you put the intellect with the individual soul,
ఈ జీవ బ్రహ్మముల యొక్క ఐక్యత మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది.
we will be able to understand the unity of the things which are inherent.
ఇంద్రియములు అన్నింటికంటే కూడా జిహ్వేంద్రియము మహాశక్తివంతమైనటువంటిది.
Tongue is the most powerful and important organ of all the sense organs.
ఒక్క జిహ్వేంద్రియాన్ని మనం వశం చేసుకుంటే సర్వేంద్రియములు కూడాను వశమైపోతాయి.
If you can control the tongue, you can control all the other sense organs.
ఈ జిహ్వేంద్రియము తినటము మాట్లాడటము.
It performs two functions. One is eating and the second is talking.
ఈ జిహ్వేంద్రియాన్ని మనసుతో చేర్చినప్పుడు ఈ మాటలు నిలిచిపోతాయి.
When this tongue comes in close contact with the mind, the words are stopped. There will not be talk.
అప్పటి నుంచి మనసు మాట్లాడటం ప్రారంభిస్తుంది.
From that time onwards, mind starts talking.
మనసు మాటలను నిలిపివేయుటకై బుద్ధిని హెచ్చరించాలి.
If you want to stop mind talking, alert intellect.
బుద్ధిని మేల్కొనినప్పుడు మనసు మాటలను నిలిపించి ఈ మనసును బుద్ధితో ఐక్యం గావించుకుంటుంది.
If you can awaken the intellect, intellect will be able to stop the mind talking and control it.
ఇంద్రియములు మనస్సుతో, మనసు బుద్ధితో చేరినప్పుడు బుద్ధికి బుద్ధి చెప్పి ఈ బుద్ధిని జీవం వైపున మరల్చేటువంటి యొక్క ప్రయత్నమును మనం చేయాలి.
When the sense organs come in contact with the mind and the mind with the intellect, and the intellect must be properly utilized to say go in contact with the individual soul.
ఈ బుద్ధిని జీవం వైపున మరల్చినప్పుడే ఈ జీవము బ్రహ్మంతో ఐక్యమైపోతుంది.
Only when you turn the intellect towards the individual soul gets merged in the supreme soul.
ఇది సరి అయిన సాధన.
This is the proper sadhana.
కానీ ఇట్టి సక్రమమైనటువంటి సాధనను గుర్తించుకొనలేక నిరంతరము బాహ్య సంబంధమైనటువంటి యొక్క భోగ భాగ్యముల నిమిత్తము, ఆశల నిమిత్తము బాహ్యమైనటువంటి దృష్టిని అభివృద్ధి గావించుకుంటున్నాడు మానవుడు.
Man, not realizing this particular basic truth which is for his own good, is turning his mind and sense organs externally, seeking external enjoyments and pleasures.
బహుశా ఇది వారి తప్పు కాకపోవచ్చు.
Maybe this is not the mistake of the man.
ఇంద్రియములు అన్నీ కూడా బహిర్ముఖమై ఉంటున్నాయి.
Sense organs are always naturally turned
కన్నులన్నీ
outside.
బహిర్ముఖమే.
The eyes are
చెవులు
open
బహిర్ముఖమే.
The ears also go
నోరు
external.
బహిర్ముఖమే.
Mouth also goes externally.
ముక్కు బహిర్ముఖమే.
The nose also goes externally.
ఈ ఇంద్రియములన్నీ కూడా బహిర్ముఖముగా ఉండటం చేతనే మానవుని యొక్క తత్వము బహిర్ముఖమైనటువంటి దీనిలో అభివృద్ధి గావించుకుంటున్నది.
As the sense organs have a natural tendency to go externally, man starts thinking of the external world.
అయితే ఈ అంతర్బహిర్ముఖమునకు ఒక అవినాభావ సంబంధం ఉన్నది.
But there is an intricate relationship between the external world and the inner world.
అందాన్ని చూచి ఆనందించేది, ఆహారాన్ని చూచి ఆస్వాదించేది, పరిమళాన్ని చూచి పరవశించేది దేహమా మనసా?
Is it the physical body or the mind, which when it sees beauty it enjoys, when it hears some melodious things it enjoys, when it smells something very sweet it enjoys?
చక్కగా విచారణ సలిపినప్పుడు ఆత్మనే ఇవి అన్నీ అనుభవించుచున్నది కానీ దేహము కాదు.
If you properly inquire, it is the Atma which is enjoying all these things and not the physical body.
ఇట్టి ఆత్మానందమును అనుభవించడమే మానవుని ప్రధాన కర్తవ్యము.
The most important duty of the man is to enjoy the bliss of Atma.
బాహ్య సృష్టికి మూలము, అంతర్దృష్టికి ఆది ఈ ఆత్మనే.
For the external creation and for the inner look, it is the Atma which is responsible.
ఈ ఆత్మానందం అంటే ఏమిటి?
What do you mean by bliss of Atma?
సర్వ సౌకర్యములతో తులుతూచు,
enjoying all the physical comfort,
దేహ సంబంధమైన పుష్టి సంతుష్టి పురస్కరించుకొని
satisfying the needs of the physical body to the full extent.
మానవుడు ఆనందిస్తుంటాడు.
Man thinks that he is enjoying.
ఈ ఆనందము మానవునికి అత్యంత ఆనందముగా గోచరిస్తుంది.
Man thinks that this is really most enjoyable.
కానీ ఈ ఆనందమున కంటే 100 రెట్లు అధికమైనటువంటిది గంధర్వానందము.
But compared to this, Gandharva Ananda is 100 times more powerful than this physical
ఈ
Ananda.
గంధర్వానందము కంటే దేవానందం అనేటువంటిది మరింత 100 రెట్లు అధికమైనటువంటిది.
The bliss of Deva, Devananda, is 100 times superior to the Gandharvananda.
ఈ దేవానందము కంటే దేవేంద్రుని యొక్క ఆనందము 100 అధికమైనటువంటిది.
The bliss of Devendra Ananda is 100 times superior to Gandharvananda.
ఈ ఇంద్రానందము కంటే 100 రెట్లు అధికమైనటువంటిది పశుపతానందము.
The Pashupata
అనగా ప్రజాపతి ఆనందము.
The bliss of Prajapati Ananda is 100 times superior to
ఈ
Indrananda.
ప్రజాపతి ఆనందము కంటే 100 రెట్లు అధికమైనటువంటిది ఆత్మానందము.
Atmananda is 100 times superior to the Prajapati Ananda.
ఇట్టి మానవానందమునకు ఆత్మానందమునకు పోల్చుకున్నప్పుడు ఈ యొక్క దేహానందము, లోకానందము, మానవానందము ఎంతటి.
When you compare to this bliss of Atma, how small this physical Ananda,
అల్పమైనటువంటి విషయాలతో, అల్పమైన భావాలతో మనం ఆనందించేటువంటి ఆనందమునే మనం మైమరిచిపోతున్నాం.
We are getting intoxicated and forgetting ourselves with these small
ఇట్టి
little
పవిత్రమైన
trifling joys.
ఆత్మానందములోనే మనం మునిగినప్పుడు ఇంక ఏనిని మనము జ్ఞప్తి అందించుకోగలం.
If we can only experience the Atmic bliss,
సర్వమును
we
కూడా
remember.
మరచి ఆ ఆనందములోనే మన యొక్క జీవితము అంకితమైపోతుంది.
Forgetting everything else, we get merged in that bliss of Atma.
ఈ ఆత్మానందమే బ్రహ్మానందము.
This bliss of Atma is bliss of
ఈ
Brahma.
ఆత్మానందమే అద్వైతానందము.
This bliss of Atma is bliss of
ఈ
Advaita.
ఆత్మానందమే పరమానందము.
The bliss of Atma is
ఈ
Paramananda.
ఆత్మానందమే యోగానందము.
The same thing is also called Yogananda.
కనుక ఈ ఆనందము లేని స్థానము ఈ జగత్తులో కానరాదు.
There is no place in the world which is not filled with bliss.
సమస్త పదార్థములు ఎందుకుడను ఈ ఆనందము అంతర్భూతమై ఉంటున్నది.
In every object in the world, there is bliss innate.
దీనిని త్యాగరాజు చెప్పాడు.
The same thing is told by Tyagaraja thus.
చీమలో బ్రహ్మలో, చీమలో బ్రహ్మలో, శివకేశవాదులలో, చీమలో బ్రహ్మలో, శివకేశవాదులలో ప్రేమ మీర వెలసియుండే బిరుదువకించినా సీత రామనన్ను బ్రోవరా, రామానన్ను బ్రోవరా, రామానన్ను బ్రోవరా. చీమ నుంచి బ్రహ్మ వరకు ఉండినటువంటి యొక్క నీ తత్వాన్ని నేను ఏ రీతిగా వర్ణించాలి అని సమస్త జీవులు ఎందుకును ఈ దైవానందం అనేటువంటిది ఉన్నదని త్యాగరాజు తన యొక్క సాధనా సంపత్తి వల్ల గుర్తించుకోగలిగాడు.
Tyagaraja was able to experience through sadhana that in the smallest ant and in the Brahma and in every object in the world is filled this bliss of the Lord, the principle of the Lord. How can I describe it? He says.
ఈ బ్రహ్మతత్వం అనేటువంటిది ఏ రీతిగా మనం గుర్తించాలి?
How can we recognize this principle of Brahma?
ప్రపంచమంతయుకుడును భగవంతుని యొక్క స్వరూపమే.
The entire world is the form of God.
విశ్వం విష్ణు స్వరూపం.
The world is the form of Vishnu.
సర్వం ఖలివిదం బ్రహ్మ.
Brahma is found everywhere.
ఇలాంటి ప్రపంచమునందు ఉండినటువంటి సమస్త పదార్థములు కూడాను బ్రహ్మస్వరూపమే.
All the objects that you find in the universe are
నీవు
the
నిజముగా
form of Brahma.
భగవంతుణ్ణి ఇష్టపడినటువంటి వాడైతే, ప్రేమించినటువంటి వాడవైతే ఈ ప్రపంచమునందు గల సమస్త పదార్థములు కూడాను ప్రేమించాలి.
Truly, if you are a lover of God and if you love God, you must love every object and every living
దేనిని
being.
ద్వేషించరాదు.
You should not hate anyone.
ఎవరిని పరిహసించరాదు.
You should not make fun of anyone.
ఎవరిని దూషించరాదు.
You should not criticize anyone.
ఎవరిని బాధించరాదు.
You should not injure or hurt anyone.
ఇది భగవంతుని యొక్క స్వరూపములే.
All these are the forms of God.
ఇట్టి భావముతో మానవుడు తన జీవితమును గడిపినప్పుడు ఇదియే పూర్ణాశ్వంతుడైపోయి తన యొక్క పూర్ణతత్వాన్ని కూడాను అనుభవించగలడు.
If man can spend his life on these lines, he will enjoy full life and full bliss.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
embodiments of divine love.
భగవత్ యొక్క తత్వం అనేటువంటిది అంత సులభంగా అర్థమయ్యేటువంటిది కాదు.
One cannot understand the nature of God and his divinity.
నిత్య జీవితంలో మనము సత్యమైనటువంటి విషయాన్ని లోతులకు దిగి విచారించినప్పుడు ఎవరికి వారికి ఇది దోషమని ఇది మంచిదని మన కాన్షియన్స్, మన ఆత్మసాక్షిగా మనము నిర్ణయం చేసుకోవచ్చు.
If every individual carefully examines his own conduct and keeping conscience in view, one can know whether what he is doing is right or wrong.
ఏదో ఒక ఉద్రేకం చేతనో లేక ఒక ఆవేశము చేతనో ఎవరినైనా కూడాను మనం అనరాని మాటలు అనవచ్చు.
Either in an excited mood or on account of anger, you may use abusive words against another
తదుపరి
person.
శాంతి పడిన తర్వాత, చల్లబడిన తర్వాత తన యొక్క హృదయమే తనను బాధింపచేస్తుంది. ఎందుకు ఇంతటి మాట అన్నాను, ఇది నాది తప్పు అని తనకు తాను పశ్చాత్తాపడతాడు.
Once that person becomes a little calm and cool, his conscience and his own heart tells.
కానీ ఆ పశ్చాత్తాపాన్ని బయటిగా నీవు నిరూపించడు.
That he would be feeling that repentance, but he does not show that
అది
repentance.
అప్పటికి మాత్రమే దాన్ని అణగదొక్కుతాడు.
He tries to subdue that
నిజముగా ఆ
repentance.
పశ్చాత్తాపమే శాశ్వతమైనటువంటి పశ్చాత్తాపమే గిన ఉంటే మరొక తూరి అలాంటి మాటలకు తాను పూనుకోడు.
If that repentance is really real repentance, he would not repeat such
దోషమును
words.
చేయటము, పశ్చాత్తాప పడటము, దోషమును చేయటము, పశ్చాత్తాప పడటము, పశ్చాత్తాపం ప్రాయశ్చిత్తం, పశ్చాత్తాపం ప్రాయశ్చిత్తము, ప్లస్ మైనస్ ప్లస్ మైనస్ ప్లస్ మైనస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 0. ఇంతే మనకు ఫలితం.
Committing mistakes and repenting, committing mistakes and repenting. If this goes on, the ultimate end of all this will be a 0, because plus and minus
ఈనాటి
cancels.
జగత్తునందు దినము తప్పులు చేయటము, ఆ తప్పులు తప్పులని భావించటము, తిరిగి రెండవ దినము తప్పులు చేయటము, ఈ తప్పులను తప్పులుగా పశ్చాత్తాపడినటువంటి వాడైతే రెండవ దినం ఈ తప్పుల్లో ఎందుకు ప్రవేశిస్తున్నాడు?
In today's world, the experience is people commit mistakes, they repent, again commit mistakes, and again repent. If that repentance is real, how could it
కనుక
repeat
తెలిసో
mistakes?
తెలియకనో ఒక్క తూరి దోషములు చేసినప్పుడు తిరిగి అట్టి దోషములు తిరిగి రానివ్వకుండా చూసుకోవాలి. ఇది నిజమైనటువంటి మానవత్వం యొక్క సత్యత్వం.
Knowingly or unknowingly, once the mistakes are committed, once you realize that it is a mistake, you should see that the mistakes are never repeated.
ప్రతి విషయమునందు కూడాను, ప్రతి వాక్కునందు కూడాను, ప్రతి చర్య యందు కూడాను దివ్యత్వం అనేటువంటి యొక్క ఈ చైతన్యము అన్నింటి యందు వ్యాప్తి అనేటువంటి యొక్క సత్యాన్ని మనం విశ్వసించాలి.
We should firmly believe that in every thought, in every action, in every word, divinity is filled with, and we should conduct like that.
ఓం శివాయ 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 శంభో శంకర ఓం శివాయ శంభో శంకర ఓం శివాయ శంభో శంకర ఓం శివాయ శంభో శంకర ఓం శివాయ ఓం శివాయ ఓం శివాయ ఓం
प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, 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 हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, हर धड़कन में साई समा है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है, प्रेम ईश्वर है, ईश्वर प्रेम है,
प्रेम है। जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा 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 करो माँ, साईश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, रक्षा करो माँ, साईश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, साईश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, परमेश्वरी भला करो माँ, परमेश्वरी भला करो माँ, परमेश्वरी भला करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, साईश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, साईश्वरी रक्षा करो माँ, परमेश्वरी भला करो माँ, परमेश्वरी भला करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, शिव शंकरी कृपा करो माँ, जगदीश्वरी दया करो माँ, श्री राम 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 यदुनंदन हे घनश्याम, राम 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 यदुनंदन हे घनश्याम, श्री राम 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 यदुनंदन हे घनश्याम, राम राम यदुनंदन हे घनश्याम, श्री राम जय जय राम, राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, बोलो श्री राम जय साई राम, श्री राम जय साई राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, यदुनंदन हे घनश्याम।
साई साई स्मरण करो, साई साई स्मरण करो, गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो।
साई साई स्मरण करो,
साई साई स्मरण करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो।
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो।
साई साई स्मरण करो,
साई साई स्मरण करो,
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
चरण कमल ध्यान करो।
साई साई स्मरण करो,
साई साई स्मरण करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो।
साई साई स्मरण करो।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी सत्य साई हरे, भक्त जना संरक्षक, भक्त जना संरक्षक, पति महेश्वर। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, शशिवदना श्रीकरा, सर्वा प्राणपदे, स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपदे, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आपद्बांधव। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Invoking Bhagwan's divine blessings on the auspicious occasion of Durgashtami, tomorrow we'll be performing the Ayudha Puja in Sai Kulwant Hall at around 8:30 a.m. Tomorrow is the 5th day of the auspicious Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yagnam, which is being held for 7 days in Prasanthi Nilayam. The Purnachandra Hall will be opened for entry at 7 a.m. The morning session in the Purnachandra Hall will conclude with Mangalarti at around 9:45, following which devotees can proceed to Sai Kulwant Hall to receive Bhagwan's Divya Darshan, which will conclude with Mahamangalarti. Those devotees who wish to witness the further proceedings of the Yagnam in the Purnachandra Hall can continue to be seated. The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will commence at 4:30 with Vedam chanting. The 5th day's proceedings of the 7-day-long Prasanthi Vidwan Mahasabha will commence at 4:50 p.m., comprising invocatory Vedam, talk by a renowned Telugu and Sanskrit scholar, Brahmashri Dr. Mailavarupu Srinivasrao Garu from West Godavari district, state of Andhra Pradesh. We will then be blessed with Bhagwan's divine discourse. The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will conclude with bhajans and Mangalarti, followed by Bhagwan's Divya Darshan. Jai Sai Ram.
ఓం శ్రీ సాయిరామ్. స్వామివారి దివ్యానుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో రేపటి రోజు పవిత్రమైన దుర్గాష్టమి పర్వదినాన సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో ఉదయం 8:30 ఆయుధ పూజా కార్యక్రమం జరుగుతుంది. ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలో జరుగుతున్న 7 రోజుల మంగళప్రదమైన వేదపురుష సప్తాహ జ్ఞానయజ్ఞంలో రేపటి 5వ రోజున పూర్ణచంద్ర సభా మండపం భక్తుల ప్రవేశార్థమై ఉదయం 7 గంటలకు తెరవబడును. పూర్ణచంద్ర సభా మండపంలో ఉదయం కార్యక్రమం సుమారు 9:45 మంగళహారతితో ముగియను. అనంతరం భక్తులు సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం గావించుకోవచ్చు. మహామంగళహారతితో స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం ముగియను. పూర్ణచంద్ర సభా మండపంలో మంగళహారతి అనంతరం యజ్ఞాన్ని వీక్షించదలిచిన భక్తులు సభా మండపంలో ఆసీనులై కొనసాగవచ్చు. సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో రేపటి సాయంకాలం కార్యక్రమం 4:30 వేద పఠనంతో ప్రారంభమవుతుంది. 7 రోజుల ప్రశాంతి విద్వాన్ మహాసభ 5వ రోజు కార్యక్రమం 4:50 వేదముతో ప్రారంభమవుతుంది. తదుపరి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లోని పశ్చిమ గోదావరి జిల్లా వాస్తవ్యులు, తెలుగు మరియు సంస్కృత భాషలందు ప్రముఖ పండితులు అయిన బ్రహ్మశ్రీ డాక్టర్ మైలవరపు శ్రీనివాసరావు గారు ప్రసంగిస్తారు. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య ఉపన్యాసం. రేపటి సాయంకాలం కార్యక్రమం భజనతో కొనసాగి మంగళహారతితో ముగియను. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం. జై సాయిరామ్.
ఓం సాయిశ్వరాయ విద్మహే సత్యదేవాయ ధీమహి తన్నః సర్వప్రచోదయాత్. ఓం సాయిశ్వరాయ విద్మహే సత్యదేవాయ ధీమహి तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि 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 तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय